With nearly 11 million Americans unemployed right now and trying to find a job, it's probably advisable that you be on your A game when you try to get that job that you're looking for. So today I'm going to teach you how to do a letter of application. The letter of application is used in addition to the job application, the resume, and, well, hopefully the job interview to get you a job. So here we go. Let's learn how to do a letter of application. So we'll start by going into Google Classroom, and under the Jobs category under Classwork, you will find the assignment titled Letter of Application Assignment. The instructions say click the link below to open the Letter of Application assignment. Use the notes and sample letter of application to help you complete the assignment. When you are finished, turn your work into Google Classroom, and you'll turn it in over here on the right. All right, so there are 3 documents here that you'll use to create this assignment, to create your letter of application. One is the actual assignment instructions, one is notes on how to do a letter of application, and one is a sample letter of application. All 3 of these will help you get this done. All right, so let's go to the instructions. The letter of application instruction, there's only 5 of them. And the first one says go to Google Drive and choose the PIT folder or whatever it is you named the folder that you created for my class. Click the new plus button in the top left corner and choose Google Docs. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Once I get that done, by the way, I'm going to change the file name to letter of application. So I'll be doing number 1 and 2 in the next couple of steps. So here goes. So here I am in Google Drive. I am going to get into my Principles of Information Technology folder, and this is a Google Doc that I'm going to create, so I'll go ahead and get in there, and I'm going to hit New and Google Doc because that's what I'm creating today. The file name, the instructions tell me, should be Letter of Application, so in the top left corner, I'm going to title it Letter of Application instead of Untitled Document. Makes it easier to find. And I'm ready to go back to the instructions. Type a formal business letter of application in either modified block style or block style formatting. Use the notes and sample letter of application on Google Classroom to see what should be included in each paragraph. Okay, so I'm ready to do the letter. I think I probably ought to, look at the instructions, well, not the instructions, look at the notes and the sample letter of application, so it'll help me figure this out. All right, so the notes tell me that the date, you'll have the date, your name and address, then the company's name and address, and you can lay that out either in block or modified block style. Let me go ahead and just take you to the sample letter of application here so I can hopefully form a picture of what this should look like. This is a sample letter of application. This is done in block style. Notice that everything is over on the left. There are no indentations. There's no centering. Okay, and look at the spacing here. You have the date, and then this is 4 spaces here. So basically, I was at the end of the date. I hit enter 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I typed my name. Now, between my name and address and the school's name and address, I actually hit enter twice. So I was here at the end of my zip code. I hit enter twice, 1, 2, and I typed Elkhart ISD. We also have a double space between the school's address and Dear School Administrator. There's also a double space between the Dear School Administrator and the first paragraph. There's a double space between the first paragraph and the second paragraph, between the second paragraph and the third paragraph, and between the third and fourth paragraph as well. And then finally, there is a double space between the fourth paragraph and the closing. Now, there are 4 spaces between sincerely and my name. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I typed my name. This is a block style letter. If you would rather, you could do a modified block style letter, the only difference being that the closing is centered, the date is centered, and the paragraphs are indented. So this is a sample letter of application, and let's look at what goes in each of those paragraphs. How can we convince this place to hire us? That's what comes into the notes here. So I'm back on the letter of application notes. I've shown you how to do the first portion, which is put the date, your name and address, company name and address, and now we're ready for the paragraph. So the first paragraph should let the reader know how you heard about the job, That's generally the first sentence in the first paragraph. The second sentence should state that you are applying for the job. And the third sentence should state how hardworking you will be in the job. And if you look back at that sample letter of application, you can see what I wrote. Feel free to make it your own. Don't use my exact words, but you can make it your own. Reword it, make it sound good for you. Paragraph 2, discuss your education. In the second paragraph, you're going to include any activities that you have been involved in during your school years. Okay, so you can list any kind of education information there. Maybe you were on student council, or maybe you were in FCA, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, or maybe you were involved in a lot of different sports or band or theater or any of those kinds of things. Anything that you've been involved in with education. Or maybe you were just a studious student and you made all A's or AB honor roll. This is what you're going to list in education. Talk about the things that you've done while in school. Now, obviously, once you've graduated from school and maybe have even attended college or graduated from college, then you can list your accolades. Like, I graduated first in my high school class, and I have a degree in such and such from this college, or what have you. So as you get older and more experienced, your education paragraph will be much more detailed than just what you've been involved in school. All right, in paragraph 3, you're going to discuss your work history. Tell about how the jobs you've had in the past will help you in this job. If you've not had any jobs, then talk about hobbies that you might have that would help. I understand you're in junior high, and so you don't have a whole lot of work history. You need to list any kind of work that you have done in this paragraph. Maybe you cut your grandmother's grass, or you babysat for the people down the street. That's a work history. Maybe you haven't had a formal job even like that. Maybe you've only just volunteered at your church and you helped out with Vacation Bible School, or you did some other thing that looks like work. You're going to need to put in some kind of work history here. Maybe you raised a goat and for FFA. That was work. You are going to get paid for that when you sell that goat at auction. So include any kind of work history that you can in this paragraph. And then the closing paragraph, paragraph 4, you're going to thank them for their time, request a job interview, and give them your phone number. They're going to need to contact you, so make sure that you give them your phone number. And it's just a closing up. Hope to hear from you soon kind of thing. Salutation, put sincerely and then type your name. And I showed you previously about the spacing on that. Once the letter is printed out, you will sign your name clearly between sincerely and your name. So you should be working on getting some sort of a signature. Now that you're moving into high school, you need a signature. So begin working on that. Get some kind of scribble and call it your own. Make sure that your salutation is in the same format as your date. In other words, when you type it out, if you centered the date, then the salutation also needs to be centered, and vice versa. If you did not, then if it's left aligned, make it the other left aligned so that they match. All right, so you type up the letter of application. Once you get that letter of application typed up, you're then ready to post it to the web. We're going to publish it to the web simply because it makes it easier to share with employers. And so it's better than trying to keep up with paper copies. Unless the employer just specifically requests a paper version of the letter of application, you can do this digital version. And as you update it, you will be able to, it'll automatically update for future employers. So to publish to the web, I'm here on my letter of application. I'm going to go to File and choose Publish to the Web. And then I want it to be a link, so I'll just simply click Publish. And once I do that, I am going to click OK. And then I am going to copy the link by holding down Control and pressing C. Then I will go to Google Classroom here. And over on the right, I'm going to click plus, and I'm turning in a link, so I'm going to click link. I'll paste that link in and click add link. Then I will click turn in and turn in, and I have officially created a letter of application. That letter of application, along with my resume and my job application, will hopefully lead me to the final step of getting a job, which is the job interview. Good luck!